G'day guys, Ron here from Rank Lightning. Today I'm going to show you how to rank your Google business profile on top. Let's jump into it. Now the first thing you need to understand is what is the actual map pack. So if you don't know what the map pack is when I refer to it, essentially it's this. It's that display of the three businesses that are being shown up for a certain term. So Roofing Miami. So as an example, we're going to want to show up in the maps for this, but what's it going to take for us to get there? So the very, very first thing that you're going to need to do before you do anything is optimize your Google business profile, and I'll explain why. Now, the reason you want to optimize your Google business profile is because we have run numerous tests that will show if a business hours, let's say you open at 9 o'clock, where your competitors open at 7 a.m., guess who Google's going to show up a little bit higher just because they're open for that person that's searching for a roofer at 7:30 in the morning? You guessed it. So you need to optimize your Google business profile. Now, this is not a Google business profile optimization video. Link for that is above. You could go ahead and watch that, and I have a free checklist that goes along with it, so you can do all the 32 points that are crucial to the success of it being optimized. Once you've done that, it's time to move on to the next steps, and you need to audit and see the other influences that are highly, highly important to ranking your Google business profile. So once you've optimized everything from here, what we need to do is we actually need to go across and see what outside influences like reviews, pictures, all of this sort of stuff is actually impacting the rank of what your competitors are doing and how you're deficient. So for that, you go over to Rank Lightning. Rank Lightning is obviously my tool, guys. Rank Lightning, one of the co-founders in it. Awesome, awesome tool. So you go down to the GBP analysis, come over to the new GBP analysis. Now, what the GBP analysis tool is essentially what it is we want to see the strength of your Google business profile, okay? So as an example, I'm going to use Rouser Roofing Miami. These guys aren't doing too well. They're like mid-tier. Perfect example. So you can see, when I look at a GeoGrid scan, you can see here, all of these points here, these blue points are dots. Okay, so imagine if someone's sitting in their house down here, Southwest 67th. All right, someone's sitting down here around this area. They're on their phone and they're like, I'm looking for a roofer, a specific keyword they enter. This location right here, this GeoGrid location, is going to show me how powerful and how well they rank there. So this is going to come up with an actual number in the future when we run it, and I'll walk you through it all momentarily once the scan's completed, but that's what a GeoGrid scan is. So for this, we've placed the business name in here, so this is how you operate in Rank Lightning. Let's look at a few different terms. Roofing Miami, seeing how they've got that in the name. Let's look at roof inspection. Let's look at roof repair. Let's have a look at those keywords. You can put up to 10 in Rank Lightning. Now, if you want it to run quicker, you can definitely go high to 1 minute. That's what I like, so I put it as 1 minute. Now, with the GeoGrid size, typically speaking, I like doing it 13 by 13 because I want as much data as possible. And I normally go out to 2Ks, so 1.24 miles. Now, with Rank Lightning, you get to save yourself credits on every run, because as you can see, if you look at the credits down here, it's going down as I click all of these bad boys. So as I click all of these things are being turned off. Okay, so all of these ones out on the water, I don't really need to know how the fish are finding all of the stuff out there. All right. Along the shoreline, I definitely still want to leave it because there'll be some along the shoreline. There's houses there. Where there's water, there's money. So that's how we want to look at it. Now from here, make sure you got your keywords. The priority, you can set it to 5 minutes. You can set it to 1 minute, however you want it to be, and go create. And now what this is going to do is it's going to go off and do all of this. And now you can look at all of your information here. So here's the summary of the scan you ran, the keywords, the processing time. So it's going to show you, like, once this starts scanning, you can see it'll be like, hey, it'll take up to a minute. And then this starts cooking. And then from here, once it's done, we can view it. All right, so what we're going to do now is continue on with the analyzation. So we go across to view, okay? So as you can see here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so it makes it more legible for you. But as an example, you can see all of these pins, and you can see inside said pins, there are numbers. So there's like a 12 here. Try and zoom in the screen a little bit more too, so it's a little bit, so it's 11. Now, I'll find one that's a little bit higher. I'll zoom out a little bit. But you can see over here near Miami on the shoreline, there's a 4. Now, what does that depict? That means that we're in position number 4 if someone was on the shoreline over here. That's exactly what that means, as you can see here. So, does that mean that if someone was standing on the shore over there where that pin was, if someone starts scrolling down past position 1, 2, or 3, you're going to get a phone call. That's what all of this depicts. That's what all of that means. Now, what we need to do is we need to compare all of this data and see where we're deficient. So for the roofing Miami keyword, now with Rank Lightning, you can just click on the drop down. This is where it's going to show all your keywords. And just by the visualization, you can see roof inspection, they're actually doing quite well on. You can see a bit of green there. Red's bad, yellow's getting better, mid-tier, and then green is pretty good. You should be in the map pack if there's green. Roof repair, you can see they're doing terribly. A lot of red, then followed by a bit of yellow. So immediately with Rank Lightning, you get to see all that cool stuff. So we try to make it easy as possible. So why don't we'll roofing Miami, we'll stay on this one. Now what we're going to do, we're going to need to compare the Google Business Profile against its competitors is by simply going show by average position. So what this does is it brings up in that geo grid. We want to look at the guys who are doing really well. They might be over here, they might be over there. They're not going to be right where our business is located. And this is what makes our tool unique, is the fact that we just set up a GeoGrid fence. We look at the average who's doing well in that position for this specific keyword. So we do it by keyword. So as an example, when we change to the roofing inspection, because it's a different keyword, you want to win work for that, then it would change as well. So we can show by average, but I'll show you how you do it. So you just click on 1, 2, and 3. Once that's done, you click on the top 3. You can look at 4, you can look at 5. I like the top 3 because it just gives us a little bit clearer data. Just click off that. Now, what you need to do from here is just come down to where it says GBP analysis. Okay, GBP analysis. You're going to click on this tab here. Now, this is going to drop down and show you all of this information. So here you go. You can see there's the 3 competitors that we selected. There's the 3 of them. Now, what we have here is we have our Google Business Profile. And what do you notice? There's some red. Okay. Now, if you're trying to rank your Google Business Profile up the top, this stuff is very, very important. So you can see here total reviews. Now we're looking at median. If you want to look at average, you can also change it to the average. I normally like the median because we're only looking at 3 results. Like I want to see what's in the map pack. That's what matters to me. So I put it on the median. I go, all right, well, what's at least the middle point? Oof, I need to get at least 120 more reviews. Oof. Okay. When it comes to images, oof, I need to add 70 more images as a minimum, as an absolute minimum I need to do. Another thing that's very important with Google rankings is watering down of categories. Now, you might have 6 as an example, but all of your competitors have 1, 1, 1. That tells you immediately that you've watered down your main category. Google doesn't like watering down things. So that's why you want to be able to come in here and compare your GeoGrid with your competitors. So the way you will rank your Google Business Profile up the top is you come in here. First, you optimize your Google Business Profile, like I said. You're then coming into Rank Lightning. You're running a scan on the keyword. You're looking at what your top competitors have. You're taking notes. Okay, I need to build 120 reviews. I need to build 120 reviews. I need to add 70 images. Let's assume you've done that. Let's say that you've done most of that and you can see that, okay, let's pretend you've done all of that. And this is the type of grid you still have. Now, to help you rank, there's a couple of ways you can do things from there. Get even more reviews. There is no limit on reviews. I constantly tell my clients, get as many as we possibly can. Make sure it's from a business perspective as well as an SEO perspective. Make sure you get reviews. A great little tip that I'll give you is getting reviews with names and locations in them as well, and the services. That's a great tip. You can have that one for free. And another thing that you can do is CTR manipulation. Now, CTR manipulation, whilst it is more advanced and more advanced tactic, and I will have a video linking on it, with CTR, essentially what it does is it emulates user interactions with your profile. So something that you can do is use a tool like CTR Driver. So CTR Driver is actually a tool that I'm also part owner of, but it is a nice little secret. It's a nice little secret on the way that you can help get better results. Because as you can see, the map was okay, but it wasn't doing too well down here. Then we've also been able to get some more green. That is exactly what we want. We want to be able to show results and show interactions. Google loves client data. They love client data. They love customers using something and going, hey, I'm finished with my journey. I'm looking for a roofer. This is a guy I've called. I'm no longer looking for a roofer. They track all that stuff. So if you're doing and supplying and giving Google all that information with CTR, with reviews, doing all of that proper stuff, you're going to rank your Google business profile on top. But if you don't at least do what your competitors have, it's not going to happen. Now, if you've liked this video, sign up for Rank Lightning, sign up for CTR Driver. If you want to join the awesome Facebook group, just there'll be a link to that down below. Ask me questions in there if you have any, and we can take from there. Have a lovely day, guys, and I'll see you around.